how do you want to be marked? 13, 14, and 15?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
13.
14 and 15.
Hello and welcome everyone. I would like to introduce to you to this educational section right from the work headquarters called The Visionary Leader. First off, I would like to explain the title. I find this a very appropriate title because a leader, among other things it cannot possibly lack for him or her to be called such is a vision. If a leader doesn't have a vision, he can't quite deserve to be called that in the first place. We are going to see many things like what is a vision to begin with. A vision, as you can see over there, is a mental picture of what an organization aspires to become. That might depend on what the organization is about. For example, a football team is supposed to have this vision to have its best performance in its players, to win matches, to win sponsorships, to go to Brazil as a whole team, and do many other things. A club such as this has the vision of making better speakers and leaders out of everyone involved in it. That means every single one of us present, you're truly standing here. For that matter, we are going to have a vision statement. A vision statement is, I think it's very self-explanatory, but I'll explain it anyway. A vision statement is a mostly written statement of what the vision of the organization looks like. Why is this necessary? Because sometimes the leader explains his vision verbally, and throughout the weeks, the months, the years, this vision statement, if not written down, may change with time. One day he may say, I want to make better speakers. Another day he may say, I want to make better leaders. Another day he may say, I want us all to practice English better. And so on. He doesn't stick to a particular subject. And this is why a vision statement is written in the first place. A vision statement provides a general direction, provides context for the decision making, affects organization structure, affects working relationships. How does this come together? Well, a vision statement is something that everyone involved can contribute to. If you say you want to provide a general direction, you are providing everyone the sense of where you want to go. What do you want to do? Then you are providing context of what do we have right now, where we are, in order to know where we want to go. Knowing our questions in order to determine our future. You affect the structure of your organization because by that matter you may be obligated to make quite many changes to it. You might find that the structure as it is very fragile or not very stabilized or something, founded on perhaps weak premises, and you may have to make an overhaul of it utterly, completely, thoroughly, and you may have to change it. And finally, it affects working relationships by putting the work into it. Perhaps some members of an undetermined team may, without this vision statement, they may not be even called a team, they may not be even working. So when you add this element of what you wanted to do, what you wanted to go, not only do you make them into a team, but you make them work. Those bring it into effect the full definition of the word teamwork. What are the characteristics of a vision statement? Vision statements are clear, challenging, general, people-oriented, inspired, and easily communicated. I will explain every single one of these. They are clear. For example, I know someone who wants to found a new English club all the way in Alice. This person says, as I asked her, what is the purpose of the club she wants to make? She said, I want our speakers, our members, to do this for a living. It is challenging? Yes, because right now how many of us are give conferences and charge for it, and say, I want 10,000 of these. Not me. So I am personally working to do that, and this person wants her 20 members to be able to work for it. In general, because it's not exactly discriminatory towards anyone, he wants their 20 members to be able to become paid speakers. Also people oriented, because again, it's concerning the people. A club like this is made up of its people, its members, its guests, its invited, its etc. You can think of its people. Every single person who is involved in a club like this becomes one of the people for which its mission statement is oriented. It's inspiring because you want to be able to say, hey, what would happen if the 20 of us were becoming paid speakers? What would happen if someone like Paula says, hey guys, guess what? I have been hired to do a speaking job in Cuba. Or what happens if Andres says, I was hired to do a speaking session in Russia? Or what happens if Eddie was saying he was hired to do a conference in the United States? And finally, it's easily communicated. You don't say a paragraph of three, four words of text in order to say this vision. You don't start saying your vision at 10:30 and finishes at 12:30. You are able to say that in 60 seconds or less. And this example is to make these members into paid speakers. That's the whole vision statement right there. And that's all they need to know in order to know what to do in order to work with it. What does it take to make a vision statement? These are the following questions. What does the organization do well? What is the most important thing the organization wants to do? What makes the organization unique or special? What does the team expect from the organization? This can be taken to mean as where we are now, where do we want to go, what do we have, who do we have, and where do we want to go, where do we want to be, and where is our plan going to lead us to? How do we know we are unique and undistinguishable from anyone else? As to say, oh, they are exactly the same as Liderazgo Internacional. We don't want people to be able to say that. We want people to say that this is a unique group and the only way for people to become, in this example, paid speakers. What do we have been entitled to expect? What do we become in this process? What can our team and organization do for us if we continue working towards this objective? Those are the very questions that the idea of creating a vision statement is supposed to answer, and so to thus be able to be sent to everyone and convince them to act on it. And finally, I left a question for last, which is what makes the team feel good about the organization? Is it the environment? Is it the evaluation of its members? Is it the treatment they get when they walk in the door, when they walk out the door? The meetings, perhaps. It makes a very big difference, because this can be the very factor that makes a member decide whether they want to stay here to be part of the vision statement, or they want to work out because they have other sort of priorities. Like say, I want to have a job, I want to practice my English, only that at a school, I want to learn other languages like English, like German, like French, like Italian, like Micronesia, or something else. Which leads us to the following part, involving which is involving team members. This vision cannot possibly be achieved by one man, and if it were, that one man or woman couldn't be called a leader at all. So this is how we involve the other team members in order to work towards the vision we are creating. For example, the factors we are mentioning here is willingness to achieve the vision, controlling their own futures, and fosters cooperation and collaboration. This is what This is what sets apart a leader from a boss. A boss is someone who wants to control the future of the employees. For example, who hasn't heard of someone who has been sleeping at 2 a.m. or partying at 3 a.m. or drunk in the toilet at 4 a.m. and then they receive a call from their boss and say, hey, I want you to come work immediately. There is an emergency. What kind of leader which can be rightfully called such does that? None, not one, because this is the very person that makes these employees or collaborators want to work with him and want to follow on from the vision they are creating, as opposed to this character who doesn't inspire willingness to achieve the vision because he makes these employees, as employees, say, I only do what I'm paid for and nothing else. They call them at 2 or 3 a.m. and doesn't contact cooperation because they don't know what a team is. They just say he gets paid, he gets paid, he gets paid, she gets paid, and that's it. As individual workers only out for some of these every 2 weeks. How can we help the members embrace the vision we are talking about? And the first step, these are the steps which are talking about the vision all the time, explaining how it will benefit them, and being enthusiastic about it. I could sum up all of these as leading by example. This vision, if the leader wants to share the vision with others, with all its collaborators, he wants to be the first one to be able to live it, to breathe it, to eat it at any time of the day. He wants to become the very first person completely sold by this vision statement. If this club wants to have 20 members to become paid speakers, he must be the first one who should want to become a paid speaker or work harder to become one already. And then when they see how it will benefit them by the example of their leader, if the leader says, I have been hired to do an exposition in Micronesia, other members may want to do it too. Because, hey, if we are all here together, he is only the first of us. We have the exact same chances he has in order to have the exact same opportunities. And considering how happy he is about it, maybe we can be happy too. And finally, I think I like yes for that because it's pretty much obvious and shorter than you mean. You don't want to become a creature of demagoguery, of fakery, or otherwise some of the less honorable political practices of preaching goals, preaching promises, and preaching statements when you don't mean any of it. You say, I want this club to create 20 members, and then you turn your back and they say this. They are you have been an utter liar, and that does not make you a leader at all. So this is what you have to show that you mean. Which is what I would like to conclude with this quote I was provided. It says, if you want to build a ship, don't draw on people to collect wood, and don't assign tasks at work, but rather teach them to learn for the endless immensity of the sea. This is why, if we are shown the complete ramifications, implications, and possibilities of the vision we are working towards, all the work we have to do for it won't feel like anything. It won't feel like anything to example. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 hours for a speech. If you know that this speech will, if done well, will get like $15,000 for it. This is why a vision that is stated clearly, that is stated cheerfully and shared with everyone, and being a vision one personally is the first to be able to work for it. This is a successful vision because it draws everyone and shows the full possibilities of success in every possible level. And one leader that does all of this can receive the respect of absolutely everyone they get involved with. So I invite you to remember all this in case you want to become a particular leader of whether a school team or a club or a company or an organization, so that if you have a vision and you can explain it, you have the support of absolutely everyone.
14 minutes.
Congratulations, baby, and I want you